Governor, welcome back to New Hampshire.
Thanks.
What are you doing here today?
Well, I'm trying to help out the campaigns in New Hampshire. Of course, I have the Freedom First PAC, which helps federal campaigns, but also state campaigns. And we're doing some event with John Stevens. We're helping Frank Ginta, and we want to help some of the local candidates as well.
And what is it that the Freedom First PAC does?
Well, we called it the Freedom First PAC for a reason. We didn't call it the Freedom Second PAC or the Freedom, number 7 PAC or Freedom Next Week PAC or the Freedom Later On PAC. We're trying to drive the message home that amongst the great values and principles and foundations of this country is freedom. And unfortunately, the current administration in Washington and elsewhere around the country with the Democrats in charge are eroding those freedoms by having government basically suffocate more and more of our individual freedoms, our individual responsibility, encroaching more and more into the private sector, discouraging entrepreneurial activities. And each one of those little increments takes away one more piece of freedom. So we want to raise the awareness in the country about that and support candidates who share that concern and will fight for it.
Now, you're vice chair of the Republican Governors Association. Your chair, Harley Barber, was here earlier this week,
right,
raising money for John Stevens. You did some events for John Stevens this morning. But you're also here for doing an event with Frank Ginta running for Congress. What is the next Congress going to have to do with your job as governor and 49 other governors?
There's a lot of things for Congress to do, but if I could just highlight a few things. Number one, they have to do those things that will encourage, not discourage, our entrepreneurs and our private job providers so that we can get this economy moving again. And what those folks tell us is, do things to lighten the load, not increase the load. They don't want their taxes increased. They don't want Obamacare and healthcare costs going up. They don't want cap and tax and the like. So we need to have people in the United States Congress who understand what it takes to give confidence and encouragement and the right incentives to the job providers across this country so we can get the economy moving again in the proper direction. And then number two, they got to get spending under control. Federal government is out of control. They have a spending pattern that is unsustainable. It's reckless. It's irresponsible. It's not even really debatable anymore about how bad it is. It's not right versus left. It's just junior high math. And I'm proud to support Frank Ginta because he gets that. He's done it as a mayor. He's done it in his other walks of life. He's somebody who's going to be fiscally disciplined and fiscally strong in Washington, D.C., and boy, do we need it.
You've made several trips to New Hampshire since, I think, December. You made a trip here. It was kind of the kickoff to the political season here in New Hampshire. Your wife has been here to help Republican candidates. Whenever any nationally prominent politician steps foot in New Hampshire, as soon as they get off the plane, they get asked about 2012. So we're going to ask about 2012. Do you have any plans in your future?
Well, I'm certainly open to public service and that going forward, but I'm not going to decide that until early 2011. So we're going to stay focused on 2010, trying to help people like John and Frank and others in New Hampshire and elsewhere around the country. And then I'll evaluate and decide what I'm going to do probably in January and February of next year.
And last question on 2010. Republicans are expecting a good year after two very, very bad elections, good elections for Democrats in 2006 and 2008. Why do you think that the national mood has changed so much and so quickly?
Well, first of all, people are frustrated with the economy. They see a White House and a Congress run by Democrats that seems to be sending the wrong signals and taking the wrong steps as it relates to encouraging investment and job growth and private sector economic activity in the country. And we need jobs. And what President Obama promised is not only not working, but also takes the country in a very dangerous direction. And number two, the country's changed its mood, I think, because President Obama and the Congress have revealed themselves not as reasonable people, but as very partisan folks with, I think, very misguided ideas. You look at Obamacare, for example. I mean, President Obama stood in Iowa and promised the nation that he would do health care reform, but do it on a bipartisan basis. He didn't fulfill that promise, and now he's given us a monstrosity in terms of our health care in this country that is going to make costs higher, not lower, make it less affordable, not more affordable, and that's just one example of many bad initiatives.
Governor, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Grant.